Isn't it a place you can get to by a boat or a train? Is far, far away. Behind the moon. Beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow. Way up high. There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, boobies fly. Boobs fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
Oh ho! You see this room?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal. This is my office and my beat laboratory, okay? This is the one rule of the house. Don't ever, ever, ever touch my drum set. You understand?
Don't go in there.
Don't touch it!
Right.
There. I was at about 6 there. You don't want to see me go to 10. Hey man, do you touch my drum set?
Nope.
It's just weird, cause seems like somebody definitely touched my drum set.
Yeah, that is weird. 'Cause I didn't touch him.
Hey, did you touch my drum
Hey,
set?
stop it, you bastard!
I know you touched my drumstick, cause the left one has a chip in it.
Are you fucking crazy, man? You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Fuck you, Brennan. I know you touched my drum set, and I want to hear that dirty little mouth admit it.
Get out of my face, or I'm gonna roundhouse your ass.
You swear on your mom's life that you didn't touch it then.
I don't have to swear to shit!
That's because you touched my fucking drum set, because I know that cops doesn't start till 4. Where you going?
I'm going upstairs. 'Cause I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set. Alright?
If you do that, I am warning you right now. If you touch my drums, I will stab you in the neck with a knife. I'm gonna beat you like Drago.
There we go. All over there. John Bonham's playing Moby Dick for real.
Rambo is about to kick kindergarten cop's ass. Die, Junior!
Oh, shit.
Ow! Oh!
Welcome to BTN Reviews, where we talk about the news. Got the scoop you need to hear. Stay a while, join the cheer. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. Pour the bourbon, let it flow. Talking drinks you need to know. Whiskey's aged and barrels old. Stories told in glasses full. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. Toys and gadgets, playtime fun. From old school to brand new ones. Action figures, cars that zoom. Fill your heart and light the room. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. dreams. Real to real, the stories told. Lights and camera, new and old. Super Chevy, let's go live. Feel the buzz, come take a dive. Super Chevy, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today.
Hey guys, this is Dave with BTM Reviews. I don't know how good the quality is going to be because I'm at a hotel in the worst city I think I've ever been in. Worse than Danville, Indiana. Jim,
So
I am
you're in New York
Green-
City?
I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, fuck, dude.
What a shithole, dude.
I can't even associate.
I don't blame you, man. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's an awful town. There's nothing to see here. The only thing to see here is Lambeau Field, Jim.
Is it really worth it?
Only reason I saw it is because that's where the convention is in that area, right next to the stadium. I would have no reason to go see it. I'm here. Oh, I'm in here, drunk on Buffalo Trace, ready to tell Julio he's not boring and Cynic is normal sized. Ooh, well, hopefully Julio's in the chat because he's not going to make it on tonight. Yeah, the witness protection thing is getting old, but man, it is what it is. Hotel Dave looks okay. Well, I'm just glad that the sound's all right. I always worry about hotel internet. I worried so much, Jim, I'm fucking using my phone for this. I'm hotspotting my phone to live stream this.
Also,
Awesome. So how's your day, buddy?
that's all right. Went to the doctor. Got to go for more imaging, so we'll see.
And then your doctor enlightened you on something you completely forgot about?
Yeah, it turns out I had this problem about, I don't know, back in 2017. He said it gave me a shot and took care of it. I totally forgot. So I guess I'll probably be getting another shot. He just said he's got to make sure before he gives me the shot that everything is, just the same. It's just a minor issue, not a tear or anything.
Well, did you already have the MRI?
No, I just had an X-ray. I'm not going to do an MRI.
So what's the extra imaging? Just different
Different
X-rays?
stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I don't ask questions. I just do what they tell me.
So Jim, so Alzheimer's and the shoulder, says Kevin.
What?
Kevin says Alzheimer's and the shoulder. What? Oh,
Yeah.
I should be getting my Jim Who shirts and hoodie pretty soon, Jim. Can't wait to wear those. So, anything exciting happening on the interwebs today, Jim, that I might not have seen?
Not really. I mean, not really. It's just stupid shit, the same stuff, more bullshit with the courts and stuff, trying to fuck with Trump. And then now there's this whole push to try and get Trump to fire somebody over the signal chat thing, which makes me, and then a lawsuit was filed over it, which they had already to go. So it's almost like them lawyers knew about it ahead of time, because as soon as the story came out, then, within 24 hours, they had a lawsuit filed. So either the reporter had told them ahead of time, or they knew about it before because they were involved in the guy getting in there. So I think it's highly likely that he was purposely put in there by somebody trying to fuck with Trump. So that's what I think.
Put in the signal chat, or
Yeah, like somebody working for somebody, because these guys came in, they've only been in there 2 months. There's a bunch of people they're surrounded by that are like holdovers. So someone could have been a holdover, and had them put them into the chat. So they need to find out who put them into the chat. They should be able to figure that out. They said they've got the tech people looking into it to see actually who when he was added to the chat and who did it.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on with the signal thing. What are they
It was just a
accusing
communication. They
somebody
were
else.
just talking about. They were just talking about, hey, you know what? You know this. They were just talking about the strikes on Yemen, and and people were saying, yeah, this really shouldn't really be doing this. This is what we campaign on. Like, no, this and that. And like, oh, it's gonna be really easy. We're gonna send a couple jets. We'll do this. We're gonna hit a couple tomahawks. We're gonna take out some bad guys. It'll be over quick. No, but it wasn't anything classified. It wasn't anything like at 3 o'clock. 5 jets are gonna take off heading northeast. You know what I mean? It wasn't a fucking battle plan.
Right? They were just having a conversation about possibilities.
Yeah.
So, what do they want to sue people over, though? Because they think they're giving out top secret information?
No. They're suing because they're saying like, aha, you guys were talking on Signal, and Signal, the messages can delete after a certain amount of time on Signal. So we want that would make it unable for us to FOIA those and get them that information. But you wouldn't get the information by FOIA anyway because it's confidential communications. You're not just entitled. They're not just entitled to get the communications, of the executive branch, and like get them all and just, we just get everything. That doesn't work that way.
No, look how long it took us to get the JFK files, right?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too, though. Like, weren't the Republicans just accusing the Democrats of using Signal as well?
They were. That's the thing. Like they were using Signal. The fucking and it was all approved by the Biden administration. It was preloaded on their phones when they came into office. I mean, the phones they get handed are government phones. They already had fucking Signal on them. So it's quite possible this thing was all set up ahead of time, and they were just waiting to capture them with something. You know what I mean? That was a
these are all on government phones.
Yes.
Well, if it's that illegal, why are they putting the app on a government phone?
It's not. It's not illegal. There's nothing wrong with it. No, they're not supposed to discuss classified stuff on it, but to communicate with each other, rather than have to go get to a government terminal to talk, when you don't want to be talking over your phone where it could be picked up, Signal's a good way to do it.
Sure. Yeah. What's up, Bip? Dave, you should do. No, you're excited. Dave, you should do some car camping videos when you go on sales missions. I don't sleep in my car, but I could give fucking glorious tours of how shitty hotel rooms are, no matter what you pay for them. It's ridiculous. This one's not bad, especially in Green Bay. And it was fairly inexpensive. But it's, it is what it is. And then I did see how Ethan spells fun now.
Yeah, F-U-N.
Yeah. So.
Not how you're supposed to spell it?
Well, that took the moniker away from my channel as the most racist channel on the internet. That's a blessing, right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a blessing, but it's not a 5-star hotel in Green Bay. It's a 5 bratwurst hotel.
I don't know what you would. I mean, just a regular room with a couch in it. That's about it. Nothing special. They do have a chop house in the restaurant, Jim. And I opened the door. Cool. Yeah, there were 4 tables. So I don't think they get a whole lot of outside business.
No, but I mean, the food might be good, though.
Yeah, I wasn't paying $48 for a ribeye steak.
Okay.
I just wasn't going to do it. Well, I just wasn't going to do it. The 5 cheese pizza hotel. It's either a fucking brat or a beer rating here. They love their beer in Wisconsin. Because I stopped at a bunch of liquor stores on the way here yesterday, Jim, in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
They suck. They're the worst. As far as whiskey and bourbon go, they could give a shit less. But they got 10,000 lagers and beers to choose from. So, and I guess it's what Leinenkugel? That's from Madison or Milwaukee, just north of Milwaukee, right?
I don't know. I thought Leinenkugels was Minnesota, but maybe I'm wrong.
I saw their brewery on the way here, but they might have more than one.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff you used to have in like you used to have Old Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure
Schlitz.
wasn't Schlitz and wasn't Budweiser from Milwaukee also, or Green Bay, or up that way.
That's St. Louis.
Budweiser for St. Louis.
Yeah. Where was Olympia from?
Washington, I think.
Okay.
I think that was out west. What
Yeah.
about Old Style?
Oh, definitely here. Definitely
Yeah.
up here. Yeah. Julio Scissors, thank you for the $10, sir. I appreciate that. I'm not grumpy, guys. I think I just have bad sound. And Green Bay sucks. Yeah. Nothing sounds right on earbuds, Jim, like when you're used to those over-the-ear headphones.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt. What's up, Pastor Flash? Snorm, how? Yeah, man, but that is it Yingling? Youngling is all
Yingling.
over the place out. They are promoting the shit out of that here in the Midwest right now. Every store I go in,
I think they just
promoting it hard.
expanded. I think they just expanded their distribution because you used to not be able to get it like in Illinois and Wisconsin. It used to stop at like Indiana. It was like,
Gotcha.
oh, hey,
'Cause-
Richard's here.
Yeah. What's up, Rich?
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, not too much, buddy. How about you? We're talking about beer.
Beer. Oh, that's a great subject. That's a great subject.
You a beer man?
Yeah, I like some. I like blondes. To be honest, like I know people like the IPAs and stuff like that, and yeah, I like a good ale.
Nah.
But
Yeah.
I like Hefeweizens and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yes, Norm. They might be, but the oldest brewery in the U.S., but it was not available. But now it is, man. And is it any good? That's the question. Is Youngling beer any good? You know what I haven't seen here either is Bass Ale in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the other one, the other half of the block, a Guinness, but no Bass, Jim. You see any Bass in Florida?
I haven't. No.
So Dick Embry's comic is good.
That was my own.
Back it today. It's also your name. That's your name too, dude.
A playoff. My dad's middle name is Richard, and he was named after his uncle, which is like my great uncle, I guess. So we got a lot of dicks in the family, I guess.
Okay, so Yingling is it? I guess I'm saying it's better than Bud, Coors, Sam Adams, etc. Well, I have to pick it up then. Give it a shot.
Their golden Pilsner is really good.
Oh, you've got it down in Florida?
Yeah, I really like their golden Pilsner. It's really good.
What's up, Sweet Tooth? Diet Dr. Pepper is very good. I like Dr. Pepper Zero a lot. They got this new flavor, Jim. Blackberry. Have you seen the Blackberry Dr. Pepper?
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
You didn't like it?
No, it's super sweet. It's like pure sugar.
That's why I get the Zero. I don't drink sugar sodas. I can't take it. It gives me. It just leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. So, man, is your book ready to go? It's almost April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to submit it to the printers. I just wanted my editor to take one more glance at it, but I'm like 100% confident. Everything's been done.
All the I's dotted, all the T's crossed, all that good stuff.
Yeah. I had a lot of proofreaders take a look at it. Make sure it's done.
Did they go to public school?
Well, who do I have? I had a Moral Fat 40 ounce.
Moral. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good. You know what I noticed? Some people are good at editing grammar. Some people are good at editing story plot holes. So I got a variety of each and got that. So yeah, and then even my my graphics dude, he's one of the guys that's like pretty good at both, you know, especially spelling. And we avoided another unicorn disaster, you know, because the unicorn, I don't know, for some reason, the colorist wanted to make my unicorn Mexican because he was like brown. He was brown on like 2 different panels. I'm like, oh shit, no, he's supposed to be white, you know? So we had to whitewash him. I think my colorist went woke on me, man. I'm like, nah, man, he's, you know, trying to Snow White my shit up, man. Nah, man. But luckily,
Don't you understand? We are not woke.
My graphic designer is he was able to you know, pull some tricks and Dirty Unicorn. Yeah, he was able to handle that. So I'm very, very happy that I caught one and he caught the other one. So it was good, you know.
Jim, I've never had a Hams beer either. You say it's good?
Hams is good. Oh, it's good. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but it's really good. It's really light. Hams is like old style, kind of like a light, you know, really light beer. You know, you could drink a lot of.
Yeah, it's like it's a fishing beer, right? You can go out fishing, have a few beers with your buddy, and not get wasted.
Or beer on a hot summer day,
right?
You know, sitting outside. And
that'll actually quench your thirst. Yeah. Hey, are you guys following March Madness? Who are your picks? Dude, no. I only follow one team in college sports, and that's the Razorbacks, and they're in the Sweet 16. So they beat Kansas, they beat St. John's to get here. So if they lose from now on, it's okay with me.
The only Sweet 16 I was following was the one about the car wraps and NASCAR racing. You know, that the Cyberfrog car is in the Final Four.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, for the best color, you know, best whatever car of the
best from last year.
Job, yeah.
Huh. Well, that's really awesome if he's in the top 4, Jim. I mean, they did that shit in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Jim?
Designer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, since you guys are talking about beers, they have like a beer Comic-Con. I put the website in the private chat if you guys wanted to check it out. It's in Colorado in October.
Like an Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Well, they have, you know, they call it the Great American Beer Festival. It looks badass. It looks like Comic-Con with just beer.
And no fucking furries.
No furries. Just adult entertainment.
Lots of food trucks, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. 196 days from now? God, that seems like a long time from now.
Yeah.
But it'll get here quick.
Yeah.
I'm not driving to Colorado. I'd fly to Colorado for it, but Doc says I may be driving to Denver. Well, it's October what?
October 9th through 11th.
3 days of beer drinking. Wow.
You can even buy a table, Dave. Buy a table there and just podcast from there.
Bring all my, invite all my YouTube.
I don't think he would make the trip, you know. He'd probably make.
You think he'd leave Alabama?
If his ankle bracelet allows him to, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Jim, would you make it? Would you make it to Denver?
What?
Would you make it to Denver? No, Jim.
Denver?
Yeah, for beer fest.
I would never go to Colorado. They just banned all semi-automatic guns.
Oh.
All of them?
All of
them. That's not good.
Well, that's going to court.
Well, who knows? I mean, the Supreme Court just ruled 7-2 that, hey, guess what? The ATF can say that things that aren't guns are guns. You know, parts are guns now.
Wow.
You know, that the ATF, yeah, you know, that piece of metal that you're going to make into a gun? Well, that's a gun now. It has to be serialized. So, yeah. So, the status, the only two.
The Supreme Court said that?
Yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court, only Alito and Thomas said, what are you, fucking nuts? Yeah. Vanderstock ruling came out today. 7-2. Freedom lost.
Wow. So
I'm looking at it.
every part of a gun is a gun.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the fucking think about it now. It's basically, so now they're going to start regulating everything. I guess they could just say, oh, well, a barrel now has to be, all any parts, could be a gun or frame or receiver or what's this. And so I don't know. I mean, the good thing though, it's not a law. It's a statute. It's a administrative rule regulation that the ATF did. The ghost gun rule thing they did. So Trump can walk it back and just say, yeah, we're not doing that.
Good.
He could.
I
Let's see if he does. Well, let's see if he does. Because he probably won't, because all the people say, well, that's what the criminals use, ghost guns, and everyone else goes, well, no, that's the people who don't want the fucking government knowing what they own, because they don't want anything with a serial number, because then the government could track it and find out where it went. And so when shit hits the fan and the government starts confiscating guns, they can't confiscate guns they don't know about.
Jim, plus some people just have hobbies, dude. They just want to see if they can make something. Can I build that myself?
Yeah, some people just want to build, thermonuclear weapons,
to see if they can.
Yeah.
There was a guy in Missouri who tried to build a time machine. He shut off the power to a whole fucking city. I watched that on Y-Files. 6 fucking hours of that. Did you see the 6-hour episode, Jim?
That was 6 hours. Damn.
Yeah, he had a compilation this week. We had to make Crazy Cat sit through that for 6 hours. But the final one was the electro static universe, Jim, where they believe that the world is created by electricity, not gravity. You ever seen that theory, Jim?
No.
Well, you need to watch his latest episode of Y-Files and skip ahead about 5 hours and 10 minutes, and you'll see that episode.
Oh, it's like a 24-hour thing, right, that they were doing?
No, it's a 6-hour one. He just released a 6-hour one. So there's like scary stuff. I thought the electro, well, he did debunk it at the end, of course. That's a good thing about AJ, is he debunks the shit out of stuff. He goes, is it true?
You can see.
This Crockett chick.
Yeah, this chick.
Do they have video of her slapping anybody?
Yeah, she does. I'll get it in a minute. But this is her talking about her explaining how the Second Amendment works. You ready?
Well, it should be good.
One thing that I haven't heard since I've been here is anyone read the actual language of the Second Amendment, and I may have missed it. But it's curious to me that it starts off with a well-regulated militia. And it seems like every time we get a bill, and I will read the whole thing, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It starts off with a well-regulated militia, but every time we get a bill, it seems like that bill is all about getting rid of regulations. And it seems as if there's never a real conversation around why we need regulations in this country. One thing that I haven't heard.
So she's either a fucking idiot or a lying cunt. And I'm going to go with both.
She's a idiot cunt, liar.
Yeah.
For sure. It said a well-armed militia plus the right of the individual shall not be infringed. Whether or not they're part of the militia or not, Jim, our rights will not be infringed. You don't think she's this dumb, Doc number 27?
I think she's trying to use hibbity-jibbity to try to get more talking points. We see it.
It's been talked to death, dude. Stop infringing with our rights. How about that? That's all we need to do. Just stop infringing on rights.
Right,
so who did she hit?
She hits a reporter.
Hello, Congresswoman.
Horse manure. Well, that sounds like fun.
Wait, Congresswoman Crockett.
But it sounds.
Congresswoman Crockett, you were recently on a Tesla takedown call calling for violence on the 29th. Would you like to clarify your comments?
As you can see.
Congresswoman, will you condone violence at the Tesla?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
That's called assault.
Yeah. In some states,
That's a crime.
Yeah.
You know, that's a crime. They could say, I mean, she grabbed the phone, so that's an attempted theft of the phone.
I know people that get charged for kidnapping because you took their phone. It's like, yeah.
You got to be able to answer some questions if you're in Congress. What the hell?
Yeah. No, you can't just grab people's shit. And the guy actually has on his hand, he has marks on his hand from it.
Fake nails.
From her long ass nails.
Yeah, you see the
oh shit.
So that's a crime. She should go to jail. I mean, she'd get arrested. I don't know if they're gonna go to jail, probably get probation or something, but she needs to be arrested. She doesn't get a pass just because she's a congresswoman. Sorry.
And black. Right. Doesn't matter. He didn't even ask her a hard question, did he?
No, he just asked her about her, the call about this, but this was her. She did respond. She did give a response. So this is what she said.
Theft of something while someone is holding it is also considered assault.
Yeah, no, she physically made contact with his body and left a mark. So that's like battery, assault, battery, whatever. Depending on the states are weird. A lot of states it's considered battery if you physically touch, and assault if you just threaten to touch or do something. But some other states they call it assault.
Hey,
I don't know.
There were a lot of people rotting in jail for doing less on January 6th than what she just did to that reporter in the same district.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. I saw this video where this martial arts instructor, he was breaking down assault and battery, and he says just walking towards someone, threatening him, like, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up, but you're walking towards them.
That is assault.
Yeah. Because it's like, if I do that to Dave, Dave doesn't have to wait till I hit him to defend himself. He's like, oh shit, I'm being assaulted, I'm gonna defend myself right then.
You can assault somebody with your words, you can assault somebody with motion, but and then if you batter somebody is when you actually physically make contact with them.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. It's the battery, it's the physical action of following through.
Right. Let's see here, Jim. Have you seen this? Let's see. Wearing the skin of your enemy is so weird.
Oh, it's a Domino's pizza and a Pizza Hut.
Oh, it's wild, right? Like, what the hell?
Oh, man.
You do know something, though. If fucking Pizza Hut failed at that location, so is Domino's. It's not the restaurant. Every city has a corner that everything fails on, Jim.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you put there, it fails.
Are you guys old enough to remember when Domino's first came around?
Yeah.
When they first started, they were actually good when they first started. It wasn't like this cheap pizza place. It was actually
delicious.
It was delicious. It was like very good pizza. And then it changed. And like after about a year or two, they went to all the crazy gimmicks and the 30 minutes or less, and they just basically went
I used to work there, dude.
Yeah,
we did all the
really good.
We used to do all the dough in house.
Everything was made at each location. Everything was made there. All the stuff was
What was their mascot? It was the Noid or something?
The Noid. Avoid the Noid. But that's when they got in the gimmick stuff.
Yeah. Once he went,
Jin Wong for 5 says actual libertarians want the right to nuclear bomb. Any high school nerd knows how to build one. It's the enrichment that's tough and expensive. Right.
Here's the reason why nuclear bombs would not be allowed even under an extreme reading of the Second Amendment, is because it has to do with public nuisance. Like there was always public nuisance things, like you couldn't basically have like certain things that would cause a problem for your neighbors and stuff like that. And a nuclear bomb isn't something that you can blow up on your own property and not cause problems. You can't use it without causing problems to other people. It's not like a gun where you can shoot in your own property or whatever, or even hand grenades that you have certain things, or claymore mines, or missiles, a tank, anything like that you could have. But nuclear bomb, you set that off, it's causing problems for other people. So it's not like just having, what I'm saying? So it's not like
it's not a targeted weapon, right? It's not a targeted weapon.
It's not something, it's something that no matter what using it, there's gonna be ancillary issues.
Sure.
That's
You
the way I
said
think of those
ancillary.
things.
You sound
So,
smart.
So this is the Department of Home, the Secretary of Homeland Security. She was the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem. She's had some work done on her face, as you can really tell. And
Dude, she looks retarded.
She looked like her face got overworked.
Oh my God.
Here at CCOT today and visiting this facility. And first of all, I want to thank El Salvador and their president for their partnership with the United States.
She's in El Salvador visiting their prison with all the gang members.
Crazy, right? Because Kim Kardashian, right? She does a lot of reform for crime and stuff. But when she actually shows up at the prisons, Kim Kardashian, they make her, or she chooses to dress very modest. You know, she actually has like sweatpants and this and that and big T-shirts. Like she's not, wearing this. So this is really weird, for them to let her in with this kind of skin tight.
This is a prison in El Salvador, and they're all behind cages. And I'm pretty sure that, but they're not going to get out of line.
That's just really weird.
Well, they don't. It's El Salvador.
Yeah. Looks like a soccer mom.
Yeah.
On her second divorce.
To bring our
but see, I don't have any issue with non-citizen gang members in MS-13 or Tren de Agua getting sent to this prison here. I don't have an issue with it. They shouldn't be in this country anyway. And Venezuela won't take them back, so we're going to send them somewhere else. I mean, now, if there's somebody who's not a gang member or whatever, then they shouldn't have to go there.
Are we paying for that? Are we
we're paying like a stupid amount of money,
50,
like
$500 a year or something. Yeah.
I think it's $5,000 a year per person, which if they were here in the U.S., it's $50,000 to $100,000 a year, I think, or more.
Like 80.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's a lot of money here, so it's like way saving us a bunch of money. And for them, I guess in El Salvador, he's like, "Oh, this is great. We're making tons of money. We'll take it. We'll take anybody you want."
Jim, do you think it's cool? Jim, do you think it's cool though? She's standing in front of the cage, like she did something.
I don't know. She's just talking. And she didn't. I don't know.
I don't think I like her standing in front of the prison. Like, just we know they're there. She could be outside the prison, but I mean, how many layers are those bunk beds? 3 or 4 levels high? Holy shit!
They're like 5. No.
God damn.
I think they're 5 and then 5 deep.
Ugh. You know how much gay sex is going on in there, or forced gay sex?
Yeah, probably.
Terrorists here and to incarcerate them and have consequences for the violence that they have perpetuated in our communities. I also want everybody to know, if you come to our country illegally, this is one of the consequences you could face. First of all, do not come to our country illegally. You will be removed and you will be prosecuted. But know that this facility is one of the tools in our toolkit that we will use if you commit crimes against the American people. Here at CCOT.
Yeah, I think Wingnut's kind of right. If she was not standing there, they would say she didn't really go there. She didn't go there and look. So she went there so she could say.
That's true.
She went there so that way she could say, I inspected the jail, and it's fine.
Right.
That's
very true, Wingnut.
Now, I have another story. Go ahead if you got one.
Well, I'm just going to show you this. This is McDonald's in the 80s versus McDonald's today.
Yeah, remember how nice McDonald's was? All the toy and they had like the Toyland or whatever it was, the Happy.
Yeah,
called them. Fucking
the
kids,
like
a whole
the
park.
Kids Center. Yeah. Look at this. Even the ceiling's decorated, dude. Like, it's nice. It's just like a place to go. Now it's a fucking sterile ass boring place. Thanks for that, Doc. Oh man, the murder that's happening there too. That's true. I didn't even think about that, Kevin. Because these are not all the same gangs in the same cell, I would hope.
Yeah, but they're like, it's all open. There's nobody. There's like nowhere for them to. I think they're all being watched all the time, the way it's set up, and like they're not. There's no
fucking around.
No, there's no fucking around. There's guards all got machine guns and masks on, so that if there was a riot or somebody got crazy, I think they would just kill them all. They're not gonna fucking play games with them. This is El Salvador.
Now, how they do prison politics is they're gonna get whoever's in charge, right? And the cops are gonna be like, "Listen, keep you guys in line, and you got a little bit coming, And then
Katie says Happy Meal toys were awesome. Now the toys now so bad, and most of the time it's not even what you consider a toy. I know, like my son got a Happy Meal the other day. My grandson got a Happy Meal the other day, and I had to put it together. I said, "Take this shit to your mother. I'm not putting this together. I don't want to put toys together in a Happy Meal." There are over 200 people in each cell. Hey, Colby, when I was a kid too, I didn't get to go to McDonald's at the drop of a hat. It was like an outing, Jim. Like it was a specialty. Like we're going to McDonald's.
My dad would say, "Do you want to go buy McDonald's?" I'd say, "Yeah," and he would go drive by and he'd go, "Buy McDonald's."
Right? Like it was just like, "Mom, can we stop at McDonald's? Can we stop at McDonald's?" Nope. It sucks. Yeah, now McDonald's thinks they're a coffee shop too, right?
So
yeah, they have to, the McCafe bullshit. Just give me some burgers and fries, and their chicken nuggets have won the world over for sure. As long as they're fucking warm. If they're cold, they're disgusting.
Yeah, that's the only time I remember actually that consistently getting McDonald's was when there was a school trip, and then you would go there for breakfast before the school trip, and then.
Yeah. Or you were at like a museum and there was a McDonald's next to it, and your mother had to give you like $2 for lunch, and you could go to McDonald's on $2 and eat like a real person. Rob says, "I only got McDonald's with my grandparents." Man, it just was not like that. And I know they were super, super like busy all the time, but not for us. We didn't get to go that much. Especially between I did not live in the United States for a long time, but even when I did, no, we're not going to McDonald's. I bought food. We'll make a ham sandwich when we get home, Rich.
Yeah.
We got ham and fucking bread at the house, or peanut butter and jelly.
Well,
the styrofoam containers. Why did they get rid of the styrofoam containers?
I don't know. Dude, that when they had the styrofoam containers and they had the good fries, man. Oh man, like a Big Mac from McDonald's was so fucking good, man. It's shit now, man. You get it, it's like
that styrofoam kept it nice and warm and just juicy enough to where when you got to your house, it wasn't cold, dry beef.
Now it's like someone punched it and fucking.
I know.
Like fuck, I hate my job.
And then they would have the McDonald's had a steak sandwich that was so fucking good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been to the world's largest McDonald's in Orlando?
I don't think so.
I have.
Jack in the Box also had a fucking amazing menu back in the day too.
Yeah, now it's just too much, Rich. Like now it's out of control. Do they still have the Wiener Schnitzel out in California?
Yes. I went there for my birthday on my birthday trip, and I bought a can of chili. Which is crazy because when you buy a can of chili for $5, it's way more chili you can put on a hot dog than they actually do at the store. I was amazed.
But I loved their Wiener Schnitzel, man. I loved that place when I lived in California as a young kid. If I had my choice between that and McDonald's, take me to the Wiener Schnitzel. I love that fucking place.
They don't have Wiener Schnitzel where
styrofoam was ecologically unfriendly. But I get a lot of boxes with styrofoam in it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Del Taco was good in California. And there was another place. Trying to think of the name. There was another sub place that was in California that was good. It was only in California.
What's that? Subway?
No, it wasn't Subway. It was
Jersey Mike's.
No,
Quiznos.
No.
No, California only.
It was just California only.
What kind of food?
It was a sub sandwich place.
Yeah.
Like in the 90s. I don't know.
Yeah, probably Quiznos.
No, it wasn't Quiznos.
Sweet Tooth says, Barstow del Taco.
Togo's,
is so
Togo's, that's
good.
it. Togo's, Sweet Tooth, Togo's.
I went there.
Togo's was good.
Yeah, Togo's. I thought that was nationwide, but yeah.
No, that was just
No.
California.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Sweet
like,
Tooth
there's 2 Wiener Schnitzel's in every city now in California. Is it still that way? I didn't know if it was still that popular out there.
What about what's a pizza place in California? Was Round Table?
I think Round Table kind of went out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lamppost is still around some spots, but it went out too, kind of. Like the Dave and Buster's and all that kind of just killed the pizza place. People just went there because you can get pizza there and a burger. So it's like, you know, yeah, the
and
pizza
beer
place
and vodka and bourbon. Oh, Shakey's pizza was great. Yeah, Shakey's was
still
great.
around. It's like Shakey's.
Is it-
Like I think Chuck E. Cheese is still around and Shakey's, and those cater to I think like baseball teams after the game and football teams. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Shakey's is shaking up pizza people. I remember that fucking commercial. And then I remember like Godfather Pizza was big in the 70s, Jim. Like, remember those 70s, 80s commercials of Godfather's Pizza when it was popular? Now it's just like, yeah, whatever, Godfather's. It's at fucking gas stations.
I mean, in Chicago in the 70s and 80s, we didn't have any ads for pizzas. It was all local pizza places. The first ads I think I ever saw for a pizza place in Chicago was like either Pizza Hut or Domino's. That was the only chains that were, and then it wasn't,
there was no competition. Yeah.
No, every street you turned down, there was a different little mom and pop pizza place.
Yeah.
Or there was a pizza place. There was hot dog stands.
I was about to say hot dog stands are like legendary out there.
Yeah, well, that's still
they still are, dude.
They're still, but
Italian beef and hot dogs. Yeah,
but it's not as much as it used to be. Like it used to be, like every corner there was there was rib joints, there was fucking chicken joints. You had Churches, you had Harold's, you had Brown's, you had Kentucky Fried, you had Popeyes. A lot of chicken.
What Jin Wong for another 5 says, one of my first toys was the purple boat from a 1983 Happy Meal. A set of those cost a fortune on eBay now. Wish I still had so much of my toys. Yeah. That's what my wife goes and finds at the Goodwill and sells them to people on eBay. Because people pay ridiculous amounts of money for this shit. But yeah, I'm glad that picture brought back like the good old days of McDonald's was. Oh, man. Jeez. Sucks. It's not that way anymore. And I don't think they'll ever go back, Jim.
I don't think so either. So I have a video of someone who we probably should send to El Salvador.
Sturgis. Oh, what the hell?
What is this?
This is this woman who had her kids living in this place by themselves and left them there and would show up like once a month to drop food off and told them not to leave the house for nothing because they could get arrested.
They can't.
This is what they were living like.
Oh,
that's sad, man, honestly.
God damn it. What the fuck, man? The worst part, Jim, is it's not even a bad little townhouse. Like,
no.
For a single mom. So, how old were the kids?
I think one was like 8, one was 10, and one was 12 or something like that. They were like that. They weren't that young, but they weren't that old. No.
And they didn't go to
it's
school.
It's been
or
years
anything.
living. No, they weren't going to school or nothing. They were just
They were prisoners.
Prisoners in the house, basically.
That's horrible.
What was she doing? Living with another guy? Didn't want to admit she had kids? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. Didn't really get into it, you know, what was going on. Yeah. But she told them if they went out and somebody saw them that the state would take them away or something like that. So she had them terrified, so they wouldn't even go out to throw garbage out or nothing. And
they wouldn't even walk out the door.
Yeah, wouldn't even leave the house. Yeah.
What kind of trauma? It's unimaginable what kind of trauma would come from that too.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. It's gonna be really messed up.
The worst part is they probably still give a shit about their mother.
Yeah, especially oh damn, we did get taken away. She was right. Mom wasn't lying.
Yeah.
And then 3 kids, are they gonna find a place to keep them all together? Are they gonna split them up?
No way. No way. Because if somebody in that family actually gave a shit, guess what? They wouldn't be in that fucking house right now living like that. Because, grandma or a sister or a brother would have said, bitch, you're crazy. We ain't raising these boys like this. You can't do this to them.
Yeah. So a lot of people make fun of me and Dave for covering the solar flares and stuff and talking about it. But turns out maybe the government now is worried about the magnetic pole shift and everything because there's a video.
Oh, shit. All electronics are done.
Yeah, and the government just got a new website to track the pole shift. So why would the government have a website to track the pole shift? It's nothing to worry about.
That's why everyone needs to back the physical copy and the digital copy of Blood and the Sword for only $5.
Well, I would just back the physical copy because once the solar flares happen and the pole shifts, we won't have any more digital anything.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
And a T-shirt.
You get the T-shirt because you never know. You might get cold. You might need to build a fire or something.
Yeah.
You could use it as make a sail for a boat when you're going to sail. When the tidal waves come to conquer the earth. So.
Trading cards. You get 3 free trading cards that can be used as currency in the future.
There you go.
Never know.
That's I heard that the Rip-A-Pail stickers are going to be worth big money. So.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new government tracking of the Earth's magnetic pole shift. The brand new site is up and kicking and much better than the old one. We're running the magnetic North Pole motion here, slowly traipsing around northern Canada for a few.
You can see it says the National Center for Environmental Information Historic Magnetic Declination Viewer. The National Oceanic and Atmosphere. So it's on NOAA's website. So NOAA.
But he said it's a much better version than the old one.
I don't know what that means exactly.
Okay.
Centuries and then the acceleration. The magnetic pole shift is a cyclical event on Earth, and it's pretty major. NOAA experienced it. They line up with the Younger Dryas catastrophe, the last glacial maximum, and every Heinrich event in the last 50,000 years. Major losses of species come with every event, and earlier today, in the morning show, we covered 2 special reports by ALLATRA, a collection of scientists who have also come to the conclusion we're about to experience Earth's disaster cycle. Now, I want to be clear. I have major questions about this group and especially their ringleader. But when they cite their sources, I can review it myself, and there is a lot of good stuff in here. That's what I'm going to show you. In the first report, they identify the fact that there are magnetic anomalies, not just climatological ones, and that can't be blamed on human pollution. In fact, we're seeing changes on the other planets too. It's a solar system shift. But it was the other report that really spun me sideways yesterday, and we're going to go over key points and then 2 scary points I mentioned this morning. So first, excellent job identifying the fact that Earth's rotation speed is increasing, shortening the length of a day. It's another thing you can't blame on humans. They break down the 1990s pole shift event that sent us from losing 5% of the field per century to 5% every decade, and which shot the movement of the poles into overdrive, along with it taking an abrupt and unexpected 90-degree turn. In a brand new Earth change for the list, they found a paper I missed from 2017 highlighting a molten jet stream in the core, and it's speeding up, which nobody subscribed to my channel finds surprising, I imagine. And of course, their main point was that they think the major event of this cycle will be the reawakening of the Siberian traps, and oh boy, I hope not. It was the greatest volcanic event in Earth's history that erupted for 1 million years, changed the planet forever. But it was the next 2 images I'm going to show from the report that really caught my attention. I'm not actually too worried about the Siberian traps. First, this is what I was trying to explain to you guys a couple weeks ago. The magnetic pole shift progression is not linear. It goes up and down year to year, but with a long-term trend towards that acceleration and the pole shift. Outstanding identification here of that moment of acceleration where we started shifting 10 times faster. That is easily visible on the magnetic pole motion tracker. The dots are year by year, so if they're closer together, pole is moving slower. Further apart means the pole is moving faster, and that's the speed up right there. I went ahead and actually did maximum velocity plots going backwards so you can see how before the 1850s, everything was nominal, normal pole motion. The weakening had begun, but this is when the pole shift in total began. Now, going along with this is something I noticed in their motion minus Chandler wobble graphic. Folks, I live and breathe this data, and at no point did I ever think to do this. I had long suspected that the major accelerations occur after the slowdowns, like it's taking a breath, gearing up to lurch forward again. Folks, that's exactly what is shown here. And there is no good way to mathematically or even qualitatively show this without first removing the Chandler wobble, which I never thought to do. After every single slowdown, which all include a curvature of the motion vector, there is a major leap forward in speed and progress in the magnetic pole shift. And yes, it's clear we just had our curve in the vector, the slowdown or stalling of speed acceleration, and that means there is only one thing coming next. The major concern is, of course, that this will be the acceleration that takes us over the edge. I do hope we remember the now famous studies confirming that these magnetic pole shifts accelerate to rapid speeds that can bring the shift in less than 100 years. We have already eclipsed that time in this event, so it's anyone's guess how much time we have left. How much time until the acceleration reaches 100 times faster than modern shift rates? That is where we're going. If we were to hit that rate tomorrow, the world ends before 2030. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I have long said that math is suggesting the pole shift should occur a bit before.
I thought he said that this wasn't a Earth-ending event. It would just be harmful.
Well, if they're saying that they think the Siberian traps are going to fire off again, that would be a problem.
Well, then there ain't even any use in buying fucking rations to live in a bunker.
I don't know. I mean, if the Siberian trap, because the Siberian traps are a lot bigger of a super volcano than Yellowstone is.
Yeah, and it went off for 100 years.
1,000,000 years.
1,000,000. So there's no point. You can't live underground for 1,000,000 years. What the hell?
No, you don't live. Nobody lives that long.
2050 in the late 2040s. But that is an extrapolation. It's not a crystal ball. I'm not Jesus. Folks, we await the next acceleration, the next recurrence of Earth's disaster cycle of space radiation and climate chaos and animal navigation failures, not to mention the fact that we now have the new risk in modern times of losing every power grid at the same time. Folks, the end of the window is unchanged, but now, instead of it being sometime in the late 2040s, I'm now going to say it could be anywhere from 2030 to the late 2040s. We will see what the data shows. Again, we are awaiting the next acceleration. I'll see you in the morning for the Daily Show. Be safe, everyone.
So now he's saying 2030? What the fuck?
Could be. Maybe.
God damn it.
So
I'm going to stop paying my bills.
Good morning, folks. Welcome, observers. Today we've got the full suite of updates, the sun, tropical storms, and top science news from Mars and from beneath our feet in a truly embarrassing turn for the mainstream scientists. This is going to sting. But we're starting with the last 24 hours on our star, and on a day like yesterday when the magnetic pole shift and Earth disaster cycle dominate the conscience, it's really nice to have a calmer day on the sun. Calm is, of course, an interesting word choice. There were not solar flares or big eruptions, but we've got stuff coming, and some arrived last night. Magnetic reversal of the solar wind magnetic field, not nearly as scary as the reversal of Earth's field, thankfully, but it did break open a crack in Earth's magnetic field last night, setting the sky ablaze at high latitudes, and that is preconditioning effects if the coronal hole stream arrives in short order. This is the biggest coronal hole of the SDO era. Its enhanced solar wind is forecast to arrive at our planet tonight, last for 2 days. We should expect the low-speed but high-density pocket to precede the faster plasma stream. NOAA says it arrives tonight. Aurora watch is about as scary as that one gets. Tracking a cyclone off the coast of Australia, they named this one Courtney, and luckily she is heading west. She will peter out in the southern Indian Ocean as it reaches those colder waters. Up next, we're going out to Mars, and oh boy, going to be a full day on Mars astrobiology discussion on the internet, spiraling into the cedars of the solar system, I'm sure. The longest chain organic molecules ever discovered there are changing the landscape. You see, they were already running out of ways to explain everything they're finding on Mars without the use of life. Not sure what their plan to quell the alien discussions is with this one. Next, they're going to find a snap bracelet from an Arcturian. Up next, outstanding paper describing long-term changes to the upper...
Wait, so it said they found long-chain hydrocarbons? So that would be like fossil fuels, right?
Yeah, and he just kind of like gave them shit. Like he didn't believe it.
That would imply if they found hydrocarbons, that would imply that there was life there, because you need life. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about like humans or even animals, but there's some kind of plant life or something there to create the hydrocarbons, wouldn't it? Because that's what fossil fuels are,
like,
right?
I would think so, yeah.
Atmosphere. We've hit this several times in the past, but it's always nice to get confirmation. There is a tremendous and complete control of the upper atmosphere by the sun, and it's modulated by this ongoing geomagnetic change, the magnetic pole shift. And by the way, if they actually factored that in as well, they would be able to explain their little oxygen problem too. Anyone recall our oxygen and pole shift video called Superflood about 13 years ago? They sure don't. But our top story today hits the other side of the EGU conference, the problems. There are 2 presentations that are going to happen where people are going to stand up and blatantly make stuff up in front of everyone. They're going to lie and say that human-driven climate change is reducing the Earth rotation speed, increasing the length of a day, taking longer for one spin at that slower speed. But as you recall from yesterday's video, and literally every major article covering this topic for the last 5 years, we are speeding up, not slowing down. The days grow shorter, not longer. And that's because the magnetic pole shift is vastly more influential. Same goes when you're examining climate change overall, by the way, but that's another story. Essentially, these scientists are doing all their work on math and paper, not paying any attention to reality. Folks, our documentary on the pole shift and Earth disaster cycle is just a few months away. Goldco, goldobservers.com is our sponsor, and they want you to join the millions of other serious preppers out here who understand that whether it's economic safety now, barter rich later, or high chemical utility in the aftermath, there's a really good reason serious observers stack metal. Goldobservers.com. Join the rest of us. Come see us in person as well. Major events going on all summer long, including pole shift conferences every month. I have a resolute and unyielding need to shake your hand, and that begins at observerranch.com. Plenty of resources, including detailed information on the pole shift and disaster cycle, are linked below the video for you in the description box. We greatly appreciate your support.
I think he's been making these videos for like 20 years.
Right now, it's 4:30 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.
Well, he got rid of the pop.
Yeah. Look, what's up, Derek? Derek, I did send you a DM about some days that are available for you to come on. I feel fairly confident after a year of his polar gibberish having zero effect on a single thing so far. Again, you know, it's all about what these scientists, they measure things in, you know, such minute fashion, Jim. They see one thing in it, you know, a tenth of a degree. Oh my God, we put too much plastic in the fucking atmosphere. I slept with this dude's server ranch. Yeah, I don't know, man. He does seem super confident, though, Jim, that his analytics are the most important analytics out there, for sure. You have no reason to listen to anybody else. And I don't think you should be that way. You know, if you think it's you want to get a different take on it, then here you go. That's what I think. You know, get some different perspectives. But that's why we're here. The Earth needed plastics. It made humans to make plastics. Yeah. Rich, I just wish we'd go back to glass bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really do.
The vice president was at Quantico. This here he is shooting an M4 with a silencer on it.
But doesn't he look cool with the red light? Like, wow, what a dramatic picture.
I wonder if that's Photoshop, because you can Photoshop that in to make it look cool.
No, Not photoshopped here.
I'm just saying, if you want.
But he was in the military, dude. So I'm not surprised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
This
a
is him
Marine.
right here.
Can we see the target?
Well, there's nothing left of the target. It was vaporized.
Sure. Sure.
You know, this is what he was shooting right here. It gives you the explanation. You know, he got a bang button and the metal holy thing with the magic fire dust, and it releases a freedom seed.
Something magic.
And that's going to be outlawed everywhere pretty soon, because we can consider that a gun.
This might be AI. I don't know.
Oh, that's a Ruby King version. That's what he would relate to.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
He's telling you right there. That's what it is. See?
Smoking a cigarette. Yeah. Somebody sent me something today. I don't know if you saw this, Jim. What is this? Did you see this, Jim? Camelot says no more. I'm crashing out with Elon and Aspen Gold.
I don't know. He's just I don't know.
It's a drama farmer, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's using that I'm cashing out bullshit. Like, stop. But somebody sent me that. I was like, he's always drama title. Yeah. All he does is crash. Oh shit. He did finish in the top 10.
Go ahead.
He did finish in the top 10 in points, though, his first season ever. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think it's like 7th or 8th, right?
Yeah, for a 33-year-old rookie. Yeah, it's pretty good.
We have this. We have a female police officer suspended after she sat in her car while a violent mob attacked a driver in the middle of the road. Incident happened last week in Miami, Florida. According to NBC6, the man stopped his car in the middle of the road in front of the police car. He then got out of the car to talk to the officer. On his way back to the car, he was jumped by the thugs who beat him with a bike and demolished his car. The female officer stayed in her car while the man was brutally beaten. It wasn't until other officers arrived that the female cop got out of her car and walked over. The members of the Miami Police Department understand and take great pride in upholding their responsibility to protect and serve our community. We must act for the betterment of our community, said Miami Peace Chief Manuel Morales. So,
waiting for backup, man.
So
but
I
Jim,
think this must have been like one of them.
I thought we talked about this before, though. The police's job is not to stop the crime; it's to solve the crime.
Well, no, but see, if they see a crime happening, they're supposed to do. They actually have a duty to do something if they witness a crime occurring. You know what I mean? Like they don't have. There's like a weird thing where, like, you know, like they can't be held responsible if they don't show up in time or don't bother to show up to a call. But if they're sitting there and they're watching it happen, they have a duty, just like, you know, they're the duty to do something about it. You know,
to protect and to serve.
Right.
Right.
I got correctional officer buddies that you know, they can have their service weapon on them, and if a crime does happen and they didn't try to stop it, they could lose like pension, I think.
Yeah. Here, watch.
Like, they can really
Well, she should be fired, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean,
so here she, you know, here she is, you know, here she is in her car, and you know, they just beat this guy until more cops show up.
more women cops.
You know, and then she's finally going to get out of the car.
Damn.
The problem is,
Sits in her car
Jim,
with a front row seat.
these little shits get away with this stuff and they don't get any time in jail.
Well, here's the thing. This is Miami. Like,
I know.
why wasn't somebody deploying them freedom seats?
Well, is this high? Is this like Hialeah? Is this like
these might be Haitians. This might be like by little
Right.
Haiti or whatever, or little Port-au-Prince or whatever they call it. I don't know.
Well, the cop's right there, so he's like, "Oh, the cop's gonna get out and save me. Maybe I just protect my head." And then after the third or fifth head kick, you're like, "Oh shit, maybe."
What would any single cop do against that? They get out of the car, they have a gun, they start shooting people.
Yeah.
Or you
shoot people. You're committing a murder.
If there's a guy on the ground and they're stomping him, kicking him in the head, you use deadly force. They're trying to kill that person. You use deadly force to stop it. And then if they try to attack 100%. You shoot them in the face.
Yep.
In the face.
I would think more in the body. That's what they try to aim. That's what I heard. They try to go for the torso because it's a for sure hit, the biggest part. But empty the clip. That's what they say too.
Empty the clip. Yes, absolutely right.
He's
got criminal charges brought against him. But they were good boys that didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah, Fatty, sure. It's like I could never imagine doing this as a kid, ever. Fuck.
I'd get mad. You hit me with a bike. I'm a man. You better hit me with a bat, some kind of real weapon, not a fucking activity. Like a fucking.
So what were they doing? Like, did the guy stop to tell the cop these guys were after him? And then they catch up and then they just beat the hell out of him?
I don't know exactly. This is not the one. It was a better video.
She needs to go to jail. Not jail, but she definitely needs to be fired, not suspended, Jim.
In counseling, they would say that's victim blaming. It doesn't matter what he did. He doesn't deserve to be hit with a bike.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Like,
unless he was like maybe touching a kid, then it's like, maybe I can see the cop, but
yeah.
I would think if what it looks like to me is that it says that he got out of his car to go talk to the cops. So I think he went to go probably complain about the street takeover or whatever, because that's what they do. They'll block the streets off of this. And he probably went to go, what the fuck? Why aren't you doing something about this? And then they attacked him, fucked up his car because he went to talk to the cops. But it's something that maybe there's a certain problem in a community, and maybe there's community has an issue. Like, this is Tennessee. This is the Tennessee legislature. The state capital, Tennessee, and
this is Tennessee. Okay,
this is Tennessee. This is a
super red state.
Super red state. This is a state senator or a state legislature or something, and I don't know who this person is, but let's just watch what happens here.
The noes prevail. House Bill 1392 fails. No, sir. 5-minute recess.
So he comes up and gets in another guy's face, starts harassing. Now, this guy should have stood up and knocked him on his ass. I would say.
Probably.
Because you
what
can't.
What the hell is this woman walking around with? What's her banner?
They're all communists. This is all democratic socialists and shit.
Okay.
They cut the sound so you can't hear what's going on. And now there she is going to get him. I don't know if that's his girlfriend or his mama or something. I don't know.
That's weird.
So they blamed one guy for it not passing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking
Kevin's
about
right.
That's
that chick would go to jail if she would have got out shooting her gun, Jim.
Not in Miami, no. Not in Florida, she wouldn't have. No.
You don't think
Florida,
Miami?
Shit like Florida, no. No. We passed laws in Florida that said if someone does that on the street like that, you can just run them the fuck over. Yeah.
Oh, they can't block traffic, right?
They can't block traffic. No, you block traffic, you're in fear for your life. They go to do something in your car, you run them the fuck over. You should have stayed the fuck out the street.
The guy doing the Olympic flying leap at the judge in Vegas still slays me.
Yeah.
I never saw that.
You have it?
I never.
That guy had freaking air.
What was it? Did he get pissed off about like the result of the case or something?
But here, this is that same guy that we just saw with the afro and everything, wearing the dashiki and stuff. This is him.
It is?
This is the same guy. This was him before, but this is just like that Crockett. There's videos of her talking where she doesn't sound anything like this, where she sounds like a well-educated rich woman, and they just changed. Watch.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Boone Democrats to the Boone Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the
same guy.
Tennessee might last.
Like
But
playing a
oh, we
character.
have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes.
Justin J. Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running.
I don't know anything about what's going on with the Avengers.
What's happening with the Avengers?
I don't know. Dan Blackroyd's saying there's something going on with the Avengers. I don't know.
Well, he's always welcome on the show, but he never wants to come on. So this was a vote about getting somebody expelled for gun protests or something, Jim?
Something, I don't know.
Oh, they named the cast for the new movie?
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Okay.
Art the Clown from Terrifier is in the new Avengers.
Wait, the Avengers, or is it?
It's called Avengers Doomsday.
Wait.
David Howard Thornton.
Oh boy.
Oh, actually, no, I'm fine. I read that wrong.
Why is that guy dressed like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol? So that chick, Jim.
I mean, I guess is this what you're talking about? Is this what you're talking about with Dan Blackroyd? This thing? Vanessa Kirby, I don't know who that is. Anthony Mackie, that's Black Captain America. Sebastian Stan, that's what's his face, Bucky. Letitia Wright, I think that might be the Black Panther chick. Paul Rudd, that's Ant-Man. Okay.
Ant-Man.
Wyatt Russell, no clue.
No idea.
Artemata, no. Evan Mossbeck, no clue.
What the fuck?
Okay, wait, Simu Liu, wait, so that's some of them names might be the Eternals people, maybe? Because I think Simu Liu was one of easier.
Isn't Simu Liu the
Isn't
not
that
the Eternals? I thought he was a Japanese what was that fucking
the
Japanese?
rings or whatever, something about the rings or something?
Yeah. Shang-Chi, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Florence Pugh. Kelsey Grammer.
Boy.
Oh, wait, so Kelsey Grammer's going to be Beast?
Great.
He's going back Beast, bringing the Beast back. Let's see. Louis Pullman. Danny Ramirez. Don't know. Joseph Quinn. Don't know.
David Harbour. Okay. How many fucking people are in this movie?
Hannah John Kamen, no clue. Tom
Spider-Man.
Hiddleston. So Loki's in it. No, Tom Hiddleston is
Loki, yeah.
Yeah, that's Loki. Patrick Stewart. They're bringing Patrick Stewart for the fucking X-Men? What the fuck? Why didn't they go with the younger people? Professor X? Ian McKellen? Holy fuck. They're going to go with old Magneto? Like old man Magneto? What the fuck is wrong with these people? Alan's coming all over.
Oh, you know what they're going to do?
Rebecca Romaine? Oh my god, so she's coming back to play fucking the chick. What's her name? Mystique?
Avengers versus X-Men. That's what they're going to do. Like the comic.
James Marsden.
Yeah. Channing Tatum. Oh my god, so Channing Tatum's going to be fucking a Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's ever wanted in life.
And I would have rather have the other guy. What was his name? The other guy, one that
The
was
guy
in,
from Friday Night Lights. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal. Fuck you,
Oh no.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh. You can play it, Jim. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's way too many people in one movie, Jim. Is it going to be a 16-hour movie? I mean, what the fuck?
No Chris Pratt. So no Guardians of the Galaxy people.
No Hulk.
Well, that's a good thing.
That's a good.
Hey guys, I got to get going, man.
Okay.
But I'm glad we survived the solar flares. You know, I know you guys do it, but today kind of scared the shit out of me. So now I'm going to pay attention to it more. So, you know. But
now that the government's on top of it, yes.
Yeah.
Well, what you want to do is you want to start paying attention and check out to, you know, like when you see like if there's going to be a solar storm, to go out at night and look for the auroras. You know, like you can see like northern lights. We saw them all the way down in Florida earlier this year. Last year.
Yeah, but I just put in the order right now for the comics. They said by April 15th. Usually they do it way before then. So now I'm just waiting on the comics. We got everything ready to fulfill, and exciting times once I fulfill. You know, I got the script done pretty much for issue 3. I just got to give it to Brian so we can start doing issue 3, man. This train keeps rolling, man. So
I forgot. You know, I forgot to play. I forgot to play Rich's intro when he came in.
Yeah, man, that's Dave Chappelle, huh? That one. Yeah, but thank you guys for having me on. Good talking to you, Jim. Good talking to you, Dave. Yeah, man, and I can't wait to finally get Saturdays off, man, and come watch movies with you guys, man. I think hey, when I finally get, it won't be this Saturday, but next Saturday, I want to watch Cloak and Dagger. It would be it's an 80s movie. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I would like.
We could watch Cloak and Dagger and then Top Secret.
Okay. Yeah, because that movie was just. It was like, I don't know. I'll save it for when we watch it. But is
that Cloak and Dagger? Is that the one with Dabney Coleman?
I don't know the actors. I just know it was like Jack Flack, and they play this little game, and they put this like espionage code in this video game, and they're all chasing kids, and it was just it was a crazy movie for the 80s, but it just very entertaining how times have changed.
Yeah, Dabney Coleman's in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's a fun movie. So,
well, just so everybody knows, I did receive Song of the South, so we're going to be watching that too. The outlawed movie from Disney. I do have Song of the South. Yep, I downloaded it to my PC. It is ready to go, Jim.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.
Good night.
Thanks.
Good night. No spy. Yeah, there's no Doctor Strange either.
Yeah. I don't know.
Batty says, just realized Dan Blackwood has me blocked. Regardless of the quality of films, people are just tired of superhero movies. Yeah, I wasn't looking for a new announcement for a Marvel's movie. Were you, Jim?
No. Hey, did something happen with the Quartering's fucking coffee business?
Did something happen with what?
What's it called? Coffee Brand Coffee? Let's go see. Let's go, Jeremy Quartering.
I got something too while you're looking. This is from Doc 27.
Oh, no, here it is. Okay.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
The quartering is in $300,000 of debt after trying to kickstart Coffee Brand Coffee as a side business, including $80,000 on unsecured personal credit for a K-Cup production system. He blames the lack of sales on corporate sabotage from the woke left. And it says, so he's currently $240,000 in debt. We're paying it down. Hopes to give Coffee Brand Coffee on.
So another fucking poor me
business. Yeah, but
poor
no, but
me.
see, like,
send me money. Poor me. I got to pay for Coffee Brand Coffee.
I thought, wait a minute, but I thought his coffee was all made by some lesbians in Utah or something. That it was just.
It is.
And
It's not him.
Why is he spending all this money?
Because he's a liar. He's just looking for more super chats. It's fucking bullshit. I mean, I do remember him talking about making K-Cups, but he has to spend the money on the machine or whatever. Whatever, dude. The guy makes plenty of money. Such a fucking liar.
I mean, $18 for a 12-ounce bag of coffee is fucking retarded. This federal government doesn't spend that much.
Is it $18 now?
For a 12-ounce fucking bag of coffee?
Holy shit. His cocoa was gross, says Doc. I bought his coffee. My wife liked one of the blueberry flavored coffee, I think she liked. But it's not worth the money, especially when you can go to the grocery store and get flavored coffee that's just as good or better. But you're trying to support a YouTuber, these poor, guys that are just independents. We're trying to support them. He just bought a Cybertruck. He's doing fine.
Yeah. I mean, that's $24 a pound for coffee. I mean, I think that's what it, because, the army or the military used to have a crazy, because they had all this like blend of coffee. They used to have awesome coffee because it was super expensive, because it was like the super expensive blend of coffees that they had in the military.
Oh, in the Navy? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all the military had this great coffee. It was like, because it was super expensive. It was like, what the fuck are we spending this, money on coffee?
Because we have troops who want to keep fucking happy. How about that? Like,
how
about a perk once in a while? Jesus Christ. Oh, and you can be a coffee club member. Ugh. If you're a member, you get reduced prices. These guys are always looking for the next revenue stream.
No, it's 50% off the first month only, so it's $12.50.
Right, but you pay for the membership, I guess, to get 50% off a bag of coffee. You forget
just the first month. The first month is 50% off. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. And then you forget to stop your membership the second month, and he keeps getting your membership money, so he's doing it okay anyway without sending you the coffee. Hey Fatty, does Nerdrotic still promote his coffee? Black Rifle Coffee Company is Black Rifle Coffee is amazing. Did not like their stance during COVID though, Divinity. That's right. The Cool Coffee Club. Ugh, gross.
So, and then he's trying to claim that he got $0 to pull his live streams from YouTube and go Rumble's exclusive, and his show will remain 100% free, and his decision cost him $100,000 a year. He doesn't know what any of those can negotiate, but he got nothing. But he's full of shit, because there's a whole deal where it's Crowder, Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, Viva Frey, the Quartering. Crowder, Tim Pool, Viva Frey, the Quartering, Russell Brand, and they're all like, they go in a row, like an hour during the day, an hour show, and they each feed into the next one. Rumble Premium Show. So he's lying that he didn't get paid anything.
Plus, not only that, Jim, Rumble has live ad reads. Any Rumble user can go to and do during a Rumble stream. So he'll make money off of those because he gets viewers. So he's full of crap. Hey, what's up, Kara, the moderator to the stars? Where have you been? Moderating Dick and Vito, they're busy. I get that. I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. My first mod.
Oh, sure, Kara. You go into Dave's chat. Don't come into mine. I'll remember that.
Shut up, Jim. Quit being a goddamn needy woman. I need to make Kara a moderator right away. Because remember, I actually deleted everybody as a moderator. So there's your mod wrench back, Kara. I know the military guys start. I just know that during COVID they had some weird stances, and I also think they went against Trump, which I didn't like. Especially as ex-military guys, and they didn't really give me a reason why. They just did. So here's a pretty cool video, Jim. Nature is amazing. Watch this. Now that is Aurora Borealis, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I used to see in Iceland all the fucking time.
Wow.
That's caused by the solar winds and from solar flares and from the stuff from the sun coming in. And so as the Earth's magnetic field weakens and shifts and stuff, we're gonna see different shit, different places. It's gonna cause different things, and it's gonna be crazy, you know. So.
Yeah, they went. And another thing too is they went commercial. They got put in Bass Pro Shop stores. So I think that's another thing that influenced them to take the stances that they did, because Black Rifle is in every Bass Pro Shop that I've been into for the last 4 or 5 years now. So they went commercial. So you're telling me, Jim, when I was living in Iceland in the early 80s, I was seeing magnetic or solar flare stuff affecting us in Iceland back then, huh?
Yeah. Solar winds. That's basically the solar winds is what causes that.
Yeah. I do miss seeing that. I do know, like, when I used to work in Minnesota, a lot of people in Minnesota love to go to Iceland for vacation because the flights out of Minneapolis to Iceland are super cheap, and they go there and hang out in Iceland. I don't drink coffee anymore, though. Do you, Jim? Do you drink coffee?
Every morning.
Yeah? You have a brand you like?
Javalia.
Javalia?
Yeah. I don't just like it. I don't know.
I never heard of it. I just
I think it's from like I think it's from like some other country, Dutch, or I don't know, some other country. I don't know where it's from.
I didn't start drinking coffee till I was 50, and I stopped at 51. But for that year, I was a fucking coffee hound. But now I just go back to my.
I've been drinking coffee my whole life, basically, as far back as I can remember. Back when
1 cup a day, 2 cups a day,
2-3 cups a day.
Cream and sugar, or just black?
I used to do cream and sugar. Now I just do black.
Really?
Yeah. But that's why I like the Javalia, because it doesn't have a lot of acid or nothing like that. I can drink it and don't need to put anything in it. I don't know. Or I'm just saying I don't know where it's from.
Well, a lot of people like Caribou coffee. You ever had Caribou, Jim?
Yeah.
Is that the catch-it coffee for rich people? Well, I heard the first part of it was like Giovanni. I was like, Jewish coffee? Is it Jewish coffee, Jim?
Oh, it's from Sweden.
Where do you find that? At your Publix?
Yeah, they sell it all over. Giovanni. I think it's made. It's originally from Sweden. I think it's made in the USA now. I don't know. From Galveston,
yes.
Texas. Something. I don't know. Unless that's just where it's imported into. I don't know.
What the fuck does Sweden know about coffee? I don't know. Probably the same thing that people in fucking Virginia know about vodka, but they're making it. How are you doing, Kara? Yeah, so if you have somebody said they got some great shots on their channel. Bradley L. Dwyer got some nice shots. They were back in October. Bradley, what's your channel? I know you can't actually put the channel link, but just like the channel name. They sell it everywhere, even in CVS. Oh, okay. I'll look for it, Jim. Do they have like different like flavors, or is it
They
just straight black coffee?
They have different stuff. It's really
like
good.
Toasted caramel and all that shit.
Yeah, they got like a thing where you can make your own like espresso or whatever at home, where it's got like a foam package you put in. Like I've got one of those Keurig machines that has like a foam, like where you put milk in it and make foam to put on. But I don't do any of that.
Sure.
You don't? I really like espresso and cappuccino and stuff like that, but I'm not going through all the trouble of making the pain in the ass, the machines and all that stuff. Oh,
sure. I get you. I've never had a.
I don't really care for Starbucks coffee. For me, it's too.
What? Most people don't.
It tastes so burnt to me, like it's.
That's what I've heard too. People just don't like the aftertaste more than anything, right? It ain't good. It ain't good. So, DWYER. Okay. So, Bradley has an interesting channel. So, Bradley, are you a photographer, a videographer? What do? Do you just like taking, like, this looks like stuff my wife would do, just taking pictures or videos of stuff that she'd think is cool. I'm going to sub real quick because I think I'm going to show it to her because she'll get a kick out of this. She loves this kind of stuff.
So here is the dissent from Justice Thomas in that case I was talking about.
Oh boy, yeah.
So Justice Thomas dissenting says
the gun case where they consider a piece of metal a fucking licensed gun now. Yeah.
Yeah. So the government asked this court just last term to rewrite statutory text so that it could regulate semi-automatic weapons as machine guns. Garland v. Cargill, 602 U.S. 406 428 2024. We declined to do so. The government now asks us to rewrite statutory texts so that it can regulate weapons part kits. This time, the court obliges. I would not. The statutory term frame and receiver do not cover the unfinished frames and receivers contained in weapon parts kits, and weapon part kits themselves do not meet the statutory definition of a firearm. That should end the case. The majority instead blesses the government's overreach based on a series of errors regarding both the standard of review and the interpretation of the statute. I respectfully dissent. Well, we just need to get rid of the NFA, the GCA, and the Hughes Amendment. Get back to everyone being fucking able to buy whatever. I want to be able to order hand grenades to my house if I want. I want to be able to order claymores. That way I can protect my house from ravaging bands of marauding intruders.
Or the fucking rodents that are digging holes in your yard. Jesus
something.
Christ.
You know, I want to be able to have, I don't know, maybe some Bofors, a pair of Bofors on my roof, just in case drones decide to attack my house.
How about a 50 cal setup to a camera? If you cross the line, your 50 cal,
I'd love to have myself an M134 minigun, maybe a Vulcan.
Roberts,
cannon.
ACB, and Kavanaugh all suck ass.
Yep.
Freaking Federalist Society.
Oh, Gorsuch wrote the fucking opinion.
Did he?
Yeah, Gorsuch. This was 7-2. The only people that dissented was fucking Alito and fucking Thomas. Gorsuch wrote the opinion, so they all suck.
But you said it's not a law, right?
It's about a statutory interpretation. So technically, they could just change their mind. The ATF could just say, they could say, yeah, we changed our mind. We're not going to regulate it like that. Who knows? Maybe they will.
Or we could disband the ATF.
Right. But see, I don't know. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't pause this. Oral arguments in this was a long time ago, though. So, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
It sucks.
We'll see. Anyway, well, it's almost midnight here. I always said we were only going to go a couple hours. Oh.
Yeah. It's been an hour and 45 minutes or whatever. So I know you got to go. I got to get up and go to a trade show. I would rather drive 3 hours and go see 5 customers during a day than sit at a trade show all day on a concrete floor and hope that somebody stops by your booth to talk to you. There's nothing worse, dude. But if you want to check out Jim, I'm going to play an MJ Klein video before we leave. That's kind of the trend here. He does have a new one. I'll play this video.